fairest of them all.
Famed is thy beauty, majesty. But a lovely maiden I now behold.
Yet another Disney remake gets made, and that remake is Snow White, one of few new movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies, along with Robert De Niro's first dual role. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. Our first movie is the latest live-action remake of the 1937 Disney animated classic that started it all, Snow White, and it's not without its pre-release criticisms or current criticisms. While it's not as much as a poison apple as I thought it would be, I still don't think it justifies itself. Rachel Zegler is much better than how she viewed the 1937 movie as Snow White, while Gal Gadot looks gorgeous but lacks the essence as the evil queen.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
My apologies. It's just, I feel they need some kindness.
Fearless, fair, brave, true. How quaint.
You know the story of how the queen wants Snow White dead and how she runs away in the forest and ends up meeting the 7 dwarves, who are played by motion capture performers with the voices from the likes of Tijus Burgess as Bashful, Andrew Barr Feldman as Dopey, and Ted Lasso's Jeremy Swift as Doc, among others. But if you ask me, on par with the Giants and the BFG, these CGI people are weird and creepy.
It's a human.
What did you think I was?
Nothing, ghost.
Snow White, now directed by Mark Webb in his first movie in 8 years, isn't as bad as Pinocchio or Maleficent Mistress of Evil, but it still doesn't amount to much, and the new and old songs written by Pasek and Paul are catchy, while others aren't that memorable. A decade ago, we had Kenneth Branagh's remake of Cinderella, which had a lot going for it. Snow White basically recycles tricks from other Snow White wannabes like Mirror Mirror or Snow White and the Huntsman. You can call me grumpy all you want, but I can't be happy with every Disney film. Our next movie is Magazine Dreams, and this was made and celebrated at the Sundance Film Festival before its star, Jonathan Majors, went through controversy regarding his abusive and legal issues. It's now distributed by Briarcliff Entertainment, and despite the circumstances, I still think Majors does a riveting job as an amateur bodybuilder who is so ambitious that he threatens to destroy the very fabric of who he is.
I'm asking you nicely and in a calm voice.
If you're not 100%, you will never be successful.
Nobody knows who you are. Nobody.
And the rest of the film shows him being violent and angry. Writer-director Elijah Bynum, who also made Hot Summer Nights and wrote The Deliverance, makes Magazine Dreams like something out of a Darren Aronofsky opus with the tone, cinematography, leading performance, and ambition, and this film was produced by Dan Gilroy and Jennifer Fox, whose best collaboration was Nightcrawler. Gritty might be putting it mildly when describing the film. Fierce is more like it. The main character's behavior later in the film gets overwhelming, but Majors still delivers the goods in the very notion of what bodybuilding can lead to, especially when steroids are used and doctors' orders are ignored. So it's up to you whether you want to see it or not, given the controversy, but I still think it's entertaining. Next up, The Alto Knights, the latest movie from director Barry Levinson, who reunites with Robert De Niro. But for the first time in his career, he's given a dual role as mobsters and former friends Frank Costello and Vito Genovese. An easy way to tell the difference for me is that Vito looks and acts like if Peter Falk's ghost possessed Joe Pesci.
Let's remember something. I put you where you are today. It's because of me. Mr. Good Citizen, you want to be like them? Come on, you ain't like them. They own this country. They're bigger gangsters than we ever could be. All of a sudden you want to be half in, half out, half a racketeer? You can't have it both ways. You're either in or you're out.
They both run different crime families, and they went in different directions in their lives. The time is 1957 in New York City. Vito tries to have Frank killed, but he survives. Before he quits the mafia and retires with his family, he must deal with his friend-turned-enemy. Now, The Alto Knights has the look and feel of a riveting gangster movie thanks to the performances, dialogue, cinematography, and art direction, and it's still amazing how De Niro is finally given the opportunity to play multiple roles. But given his memorable list of gangster movies, including Once Upon a Time in America, The Godfather Part 2, Goodfellas, Casino, and The Irishman, among others, it doesn't really have the kind of story or essence to remind us of the good old days. In fact, it ends up being derivative of those movies and upstaged by the film's appearance. Next up, Locked, an American remake of 4x4 and starring Bill Skarsgard as a young thief who struggles to connect with his daughter and make ends meet. He tries to steal an SUV which locks him inside. On the inside, it's bulletproof and unbreakable. Anthony Hopkins plays the owner who calls him and tests his patience.
I want you to experience the consequences of your actions.
Let me out! 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 Hey! Help me! Ah!
do I have your attention now?
Hopkins can operate the car from his condo and places Skarsgard on a joyride that murders some thieves and even threatens his little girl.
Little taste of hell.
Stop, don't do this!
Locked has the aging actor doing a good job playing the villain with his tone and mannerisms, and the SUV does look like a hot vehicle for a psychological thriller like this, but that's all the praises I can give beyond that. Skarsgard's thief gets tiresome as he has to make poor choices during his imprisonment, which are typical of the film's genre. There's a lot going here, especially with the star power of the two leads and the fact that Sam Raimi produces it, but I still felt it was a bit too much and left me more annoyed and exhausted than exhilarated. Our last movie is Bob Trevino Likes It, which tells the story of a young woman being disowned by her father named Robert Trevino, and trying to reconnect with him on Facebook, she comes across a man named Bob Trevino. Could they really be related? That's hard to say, but he does act like a better father figure to her. Barbie Ferreira from Euphoria and No plays the young woman named Lily, and John Leguizamo plays Bob Trevino.
Hi, are we related?
Jeannie, I think I may have made a friend.
Who?
Some young woman on the internet.
My name is Lily Trevino.
I don't even know how she found me.
He's funny.
Look, she's screaming into the void. No one even likes her posts.
Just don't give her any money.
French Stewart plays Lily's real father, Robert, and without spoiling anything, this guy is irredeemable.
Dad, is this an itemized list of all the expenses of being my father?
Yeah.
Dad, there's baby food on here.
Do you know where you would be without me?
We're over.
Despite Bob's doubts of being her father, remember that's Leguizamo, he does show affection for the girl, and these two have their own respective issues in life, which take a different approach in this genre. At times it's difficult to understand the troubles, but at other times Bob Trevino Likes It eases us into their lives, offers some good humor, and mostly heartwarming moments. Ferreira and Leguizamo both have chemistry and emotions that win us over, and they're given the right atmosphere for the film's direction. Bob Trevino likes Lily's Facebook pictures, and I like this movie. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs down for Snow White, thumbs up for Magazine Dreams, thumbs down for the Alto Knights, thumbs down for Locked, and thumbs up for Bob Trevino Likes It. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.